Hi everyone, Claudia here from Lighting Clarity. I have your channel messages for the week beginning Monday the 6th of November. Please bear with me while I connect for you all. Thank you. I have Archangel Uriel stepping forward for you all this week. Uriel is known as the Archangel. It helps with self-esteem, helps with keeping your energy with you, and helps with helping you stay on your path as you move forward. Just bear with me while I make the connection stronger. Uriel is saying a lot of you are trying very hard to stick to your paths, to stay on your paths, to stay grounded, to stay centered, and to move forwards. He's just acknowledging your efforts with this. He says don't let people take you off your path. He says there will be some distractions along the way in the immediate future, and if not now, he says you will find that. He says don't let small things knock you off. Some of you are allowing small things to really upset you, to really irritate you, to really annoy you. He's saying please don't allow that to happen. Be grounded and be practical with how you see small things happening around you when they're coming at you, when they're not working out, and something's just like, oh, that didn't work out and I'm really annoyed. He says handle your feelings in a practical manner, handle the situation that's occurred in a practical manner, handle everyone. He says even just hand it over to me. Just say, okay, I'm letting this go, I'm giving this to you. I'm letting this go, I'm giving it to God. That's it. It can sit there and I'm just going to continue forwards. So you're letting go, he says, of your attachment to your reaction to it. Okay, it's the only best way I can say it. So you're practical that it's happened, it's occurred. Yep, this hasn't been great, but you know what? This, and this. And you continue moving forwards. He is showing me there is energies on your path around you. You do have interference energies coming in. He's just showing that. I don't normally talk in those tones because I don't want to scare people, but there is interference energies. He's making it very clear, I have to say. There is interference energies I'm seeing come around each of you on your paths to do with other people projecting psychically without them even intending it, but projecting psychically their annoyance at you. Even people who feel a bit envious of what you've achieved or what you're achieving or the type of person that you are, and then we all can feel each other psychically. And so there are people that are sending some interference energy along your way, but I'm seeing, he shows me you're stepping over that interference energy, you're persisting through it, which is really good to see, really good to see. He says each and every one of you are intelligent people, and he just, he wants you to know that. He says it is, keep doing what you're doing. It is really important that you plan the steps in front of you in a solid manner. We've said this before, but he's bringing this up. He says keep doing that. Keep putting one in front of the other in a solid manner. We don't want you to skip steps. He says you're going to get to where it is you're meant to get to. Some of you are quite determined to get towards a particular goal. He says continue doing that. You will reach what it is that you're wanting. And he says for those of you who aren't too sure what you're wanting, he says continue in each day putting the steps in place in front of you. The way will become clear. He takes me up to some crossroads. I'm seeing like 3 roads ahead of some of you, and you're like going to decide which road you'll take. So you have the opportunity of choice. He shows me there'll be 2 you won't be so sure, but 1 you will be. So the decision will be clear for you. So he shows me as well. He says there are festivities that will be coming up and that will bring joy in for you. So those of us who celebrate Christmas will be bringing up those festivities and enjoying the parties that come. But he does show me one particular party that everyone's really going to enjoy. So all of you will come across something, an outing with someone or something to do with it being the end of the year, and you're really going to enjoy being there. Now in closing, so he takes me into January. He says January is a new start for a lot of you. So there is new energy coming in January. It's like the ball game changes for you, and you're going to be pleasantly surprised with this. And it's going to set the tone for the year ahead. So January 2024, it's going to set the tone for that year. So you know what he shows me? He shows me you at the beginning of next year, January, but there being a very different person that's experienced very different things come the end of next year. Some of you are going to make some decisions that's going to surprise yourselves, that you didn't think you'd ever make such a decision, that you didn't think you would ever do this particular thing, but you'll be having to make a particular decision around a life issue or around a life situation where you're really going to take yourself out of where you've been and what you've ever experienced, and you're going to choose to experience something very different. Some of you will go overseas for a while. Others of you will do other things. He just shows me the ball will change. It's like either there'll be a career change or a complete job change or a change of home. There is something that is really, you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to do this for myself, and you're going to do it for you, and you will do this. Some of you are carrying a bit of anger. He's just showing me this frustration, anger. You're sort of angry at numerous people or one person, or you're angry about something, and he's just bringing this up. Hang on, I'm going to see what he wants to say to this. Some of you are harboring quiet anger at others. Okay, so there's also an anger that something hasn't worked out. Okay, I'm going to keep going with this. He says you are not in control of other people's paths and other people's decision making. You're only in control of your own self, and you know that, but he says you're not in control of other people's decision making. That may be very different to what it is that you were hoping they would make a decision in which direction. He says it just, yeah, he says that to it. He shows me in the coming time you will feel peaceful within your hearts again. So as we finish up, he says he's quite confident in each of you with the paths ahead that you're moving down. He says keep doing what you're doing, keep moving down, following your intuition and making sure that you are happy within yourselves, that you do one thing that brings you joy, especially when someone has let you down. He says go and do something else that brings you joy. He says we do not want you knocked off your paths. You are doing beautifully. Keep putting those foundations down in front of you, one step at a time, and keep being determined to walk down your paths. You're going to reach the goals that you have in mind for yourselves, and even further than that, you will come up to ability of choice, where there will be options of choice in front of you. I'm seeing 3 roads. So he says these are all good signs, okay, is what he is saying. I'm going to thank Uriel for coming in. He's a very grounded, very confident archangel, and he brings that vote of self-confidence into each of you, self-esteem. He says, don't let yourselves down. Really just be there for you, regardless of whether anybody understands you or not. He says, it is enough that you understand yourselves. That's what he wants to say as I'm finishing up. It is enough that you understand yourselves. Everyone else doesn't need to understand you. You need to understand you, because at the end of the day, they're not walking in your shoes. They're not carrying your feet. He says, he's continuing to talk. You are carrying your feet. You have to accomplish it, not them, with whatever it is you want in your life. Leave them to work themselves out. They may want to blame you. They may want to come at you. They may want to make it your problem, and it is not. It is theirs. He says, gently give them back their own energy, protect yours, and keep walking forwards. Yeah? All right. Many warm blessings. Have a beautiful week. I'm sure I'll see you again at some point this week. Thanks, everyone.